Alright, so let's take a look at this free agency stuff, guys. Just bear with me 1 second, though. Give me 1 second. Just because I think it's going to give me a different uh, setting on this thing. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it's got it like as a dating thing. I still need to figure out how to work this properly. For some reason, it's got. Hold on 1 second. Let's see if we can. Yeah, it's not gonna let me edit it till after. Oh well, that's all right. It's not a big deal. What we want to talk about is the transactions that just took place. So, as of right now, Washington claimed Dantzler. He's a corner. This is a corner from the Vikings. Made a lot of big plays over there. Uh, Buccaneers re-signed Jamil Dean. Patrick Peterson signed with the Steelers, so the Steelers are making moves. What else do we have? I'm not sure who that is. I'm just seeing if there's any big names. Jesse Bates. So he was a Bengal, guys. So the Bengals let go of their big-time safety. Atlanta signs as safety for $64 million. I think they have a lot more problems than safety, so it's kind of weird. Cameron Sutton. All right. Nate Davis. That's a right guard. He came from the. I want to say the Titans. Nate Davis. So Chicago's working on their O line. That's good for them. They need O linemen. Oh, they stole Tremaine Edmonds from the Bills, so they're working on their team. And then there's the signing of the day right here, guys. Jimmy Garoppolo signs with the Raiders. What does this mean, guys? To me, this means that they're. I don't think it really means much, honestly, because is Jimmy Garoppolo that much better than Derek Carr? That I'm not so sure about. Jimmy Garoppolo also gets hurt a lot, so we can't really definitively and confidently say that Jimmy Garoppolo is going to make it through this season fully healthy, unscathed. I almost can guarantee you that this guy is going to get hurt at some point. So, will he be successful? I mean, I'm sure he can be successful, but the problem is their defense. They haven't done anything to work on their defense. They just let go of Derek Carr, got nothing for him, so that hurts. Like, you guys got nothing for him. You guys should have just kept that guy. You can tell that the quarterback, or not the quarterback, the coach, he sabotaged the quarterback, which is why the quarterback looked not as good as he's been looking. Because the plays they ran for him, if they ran that offense the way they did for Mr. Whatever that dude's name was, I don't even remember the backup's name. If they ran the offense the same way for him, it would have been a different story. But you can tell that was not the guy that Josh McDaniels wanted. So McDaniels, now he goes after the guy he wants. You want Jimmy? You got him. Let's see what you can do now. Me, I think McDaniels is going to be out of there. He's going to get his ass fired within the next couple of years. He's literally destroying this team. Devontae Adams doesn't even want to be there. So we'll see, man. Jimmy needs to really go off. I don't think he can really go toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes or the other kid over there, Justin Herbert. I don't think so. I don't even think he can hang with Russell Wilson now that he has Sean Payton there. I don't think so. I think the Raiders are still the fourth worst team in this division. So, I mean, this seems nice. You get Jimmy. Yay, hooray, we get a quarterback. He was injured for half the year last year. Arguably, you could say he's the reason why the 49ers lost the Super Bowl because they didn't have a viable quarterback or backup because he's not always available. So he was the guy that he was with Josh McDaniels when they drafted him back in New England, so he knows the guy. He's 32, or actually, yeah, he's going to be 32 this year, so they signed him for 3 years up until he's 34. So, I mean, like, he can make some noise, but I just don't know that he will. Is he that much better than Derek Carr? Like, we can't really say yes definitively to that. I think, personally, Derek Carr is better than him. In my opinion, I think Derek Carr is more accomplished and he's more polished. But the quarterback and the head coach had a terrible relationship. The head coach didn't really want him. He wanted to be a head coach. He wanted the team, but he didn't want the quarterback. You can clearly see it. It's evident. It was so evident the way they ran that offense. They didn't trust him. They didn't put him in good positions. They always had him. It was basically, all right, you want to be the quarterback? Well, then you got to survive me coaching against your strengths. And if you can do that, then all right, we'll keep you. But he was set up to fail, man. They never wanted him. So now we'll see what happens with Jimmy Garoppolo. And you'll notice that the offense is going to be ran a lot differently for him. They're going to actually put him in positions to win and be successful, because this is the guy that McDaniels wants. This is the guy that he went out on a limb for. This guy right here, Jimmy Garoppolo, that's the guy that he's wanted all along. And he's been scheming and plotting to get him over here, guys. Better believe it. Before he even arrived there, he knew this guy's contract and situation. So he knew after this year he'd be available. So it works out. Case Keenum signs with the Texans. I mean, if they have to start him for a year, he can do it. He did it with the Vikings, brought him to the playoffs. People forget about that. After that playoff run, he never got a starting job again. That was kind of weird to me. So who knows? If the quarterback they draft doesn't pan out, this guy can step in. But I think he's just there as a bridge guy, if anything, or a guy to learn behind, because he's been there for a while. How old is he now? He's 35, so yeah, he's been there a while. So anybody that comes there is going to learn the NFL behind him. That's the idea anyway. He's been in the playoffs. This is the guy that I was talking about on the Raiders, Jarrett Stidham. So the guy that they played, that they drew out better plays for, Jarrett Stidham, is now not even on the team. He's now a Bronco, going to be backing up Russell Wilson in the same division though. Probably won't see the field unless Russell gets hurt, but it'll be funny if he plays the Raiders and beats them. I'll laugh my ass off. But yeah, I don't understand it, man. You had a quarterback in Derek Carr who could have run that offense, but you didn't want him. You run a better offense for Jarrett Stidham. It makes no sense to me, man. I couldn't believe it. Like, right when Jarrett Stidham came on the field, it was like night and day the way that he was calling plays. Like, and I knew it right away. I was like, wow, they sabotaged Derek Carr. It dawned on me right then. Right when he came off the field and this guy came in after he got benched, it dawned on me. I was like, wow, he got sabotaged. You can't even hide it. So they got a D tackle Atlanta did. Let's see. Looks like, whoa. So the Bengals gave up both of their safeties. Carolina got the other one. And let's not forget, Derek Carr signs with the Saints too, which we will probably see on this list. I think he's an upgrade from Andy Dalton, the Red Rocket, who isn't terrible, but he's not great. He's had his time, he's had his chances, and he hasn't been able to win the big game ever. So it is what it is. Derek Carr is definitely better than him. He needs to win the big game. These next 2 years are crucial for him. He needs to win and at least make some type of noise. I don't know that the Saints... He chose the Saints because he fell in love with the city. So, I mean, he fell in love for other reasons. I don't think it was football reasons. Because if it's football reasons, you don't go to the Saints. Why would you go to the Saints? I just don't get it. Like, let's take a look at something. I want to see... Let me see something. Spot track. I want to see how much money do the Saints have. Like, let's see how much cap they have, cap room. And let's try to figure out why this guy would want to go to the Saints. If they have a ton of money, which I have no idea. Salary rankings, cap hits, hold on. Annual cash, career, salaries by team. That's what I want to see. Not by players. No, that's not what I wanted to see. Contracts. Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to find out. Cumulative cash or remaining cash. I guess we want to see remaining cash, right? What they have left to use. Are they going to show that? Whoops. I don't know what the hell's going on, guys. I know there was a way to actually show this, because the other day I was looking at it. It had all the team's salaries in order. What the hell? I don't want to use this tab because I'm in order with the players that we're looking at. Give me a second here. Not positional. Cap Tracker, yeah, it would probably be Cap Tracker. I think this is frozen. It's not like searching. Open link in a new tab, fine. Because it's not searching. Alright, there it is, boys. I found it. Alright, so Chicago. Let's look for the Saints. Where are the Saints? Saints. Guys, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So Derek Carr signs with the Saints because he loves the city. But they have the second worst salary cap in the whole entire league. So they can't sign anyone. They can't do anything. And that's the team he chose. He was able to pick the team that he wanted to go to. And he chose the team that has no money left. So that, honestly, that should tell you that the NFL is not real. Because that's not a logical decision. You don't move to a city just because you love it when you're an NFL quarterback. You move to a team because they're a good team and you can win there. So, like, I think that that's shoddy to me. There's no way that this is a logical decision. You went to the worst, second worst salary team in the league. That I can't make sense of that, guys. I really cannot. Where are the Jets? Because he was able to go to the Jets. Even the Bucks would have been better. You just take on Tom Brady's team, see if you can come close to that. Who else? The Panthers. How much money do the Panthers have? Panthers. Even the look at them. They're middle of the pack, and they have $20 million in cap, guys. Whereas you're on a team that has negative $23 million, so you couldn't sign a potato chip bag if you wanted. Like, you would owe money back, guys. So I don't understand him signing with the Saints. That doesn't make any type of sense to me. The Bears, they have all the money. The Bears should be signing free agents on free agents. They have the number one pick. The Bears really should have a turnaround season because they have the money. They have the quarterback. They have the receivers now. They sent that other guy over there. They have 3 good receivers now. They might need another running back. Their tight end's okay, maybe another tight end. But they need to work on defense and the O-line. Because I think they were saying Justin Fields was the highest sack quarterback at 60-something sacks, guys. So they need to work on their O-line more than anything else. Get some protection, work on your defense, which they're doing, we just saw. And this team is going to have a turnaround year. Let's see here. Houston, they have a lot of money, but no one wants to go there. That's the problem. The Cardinals, Falcons, like these teams, but the Falcons are stupid. They just spent on a safety, $64 million on a safety. Like, you have so many more problems than a safety. Calvin Ridley, I forget who he got traded to. He's not on the Falcons anymore, is he? Hold on, let me see. Calvin Ridley, because Calvin Ridley's going to have a big year this year, I think, because he got suspended on some BS last year. Calvin Ridley. Yeah, he's on Jacksonville. So Jacksonville, I think it's going to be all about Jacksonville and the Chiefs, sprinkled in with the Bills and the Chargers. But I think it's going to be all about Trevor Lawrence and Patrick Mahomes. Those are going to be that's going to be the new Brady and Manning. Those are the new faces of the league. They're the 2 youngest and the 2 best players. Josh Allen, the Bills, man. The problem with the Bills, they have no money, guys. And they're losing players as we speak. And it's all Josh Allen. They have no run game. Unless they're telling me they're getting Derrick Henry. I don't know how that works with no money. I don't know. I don't know how the Bills are going to win. They duped us last year, all year, making us think, oh, this is the best team. This is the Super Bowl team. Watch out. Yeah. Nah. Vikings are in trouble too, guys. They let go of Adam Thielen. They don't really have money. It's crazy how these 2 teams are so badly capped. They got hit so hard. That's why Sean Payton left, because he didn't want to deal with this. So you're telling me Sean Payton leaves and then Derek Carr decides, oh, I'm going to go there with no money and no good coach. Terrible coach there. Dennis Allen is terrible. Make no mistake about it. Like, anything would have been better, guys. Like, let's think about where he could have gone. That would have made more sense. Let's see. Let's see, the Colts, bro. Look at the Colts. Don't have that much money. That makes more sense. The Jets have 11 million. Why not go there, bro? He could have gone to the Jets and then put that whole Aaron Rodgers thing to bed and been here for the next 5 years. Like, I know the Jets city doesn't, because it's New Jersey, so that doesn't compare to New Orleans. But who gives a shit? It's a better team. If you go to this team based on the city and the team sucks, what if they release you next year? Now you have no job and you might be out of the league. And they have no money to sign anybody. So it doesn't make any sense, man. That makes you really believe that the NFL is fake. Like, it doesn't make sense for Derek Carr to be where he is right now. Where else would make sense? If anything, he should have waited for Aaron Rodgers to make his decision. Then he could have gone maybe to the Packers even. Because, like, they don't really know about that dude Love over there. They're not high on him. They're not sure of him yet. Otherwise, they'd be pulling the trigger already. The Panthers literally have 20 million. That would have made more sense. But they just got rid of DJ Moore. So DJ Moore is with the Bears. So the Bears have DJ Moore. They already have that Mooney guy. And then they have Claypool from the Steelers. So they have a legitimate receiving corps now. So the Bears are going to be decent next year. And let's see what they do with this first round pick. But look for a turnaround season, especially if Aaron Rodgers leaves. Believe me when I tell you this. What else would have made sense? Commanders, they got 16 mil in the bank. The Commanders, I mean, that's better than the Saints. The division, I know it's tougher, but it's more competitive. It would have been a better situation. The Titans, screw Ryan Tannehill. So that's literally 4 teams right there. The Patriots, they probably would have liked him. Bro, the Patriots got 23 mil. I like Derek Carr more than Mac Jones. That's just me. And Houston, they got a ton of money. The second pick. Who else? Cardinals would have been good too because, what's his name? Kyler Murray is going to be out for most of the year, guys. He might miss the entire year. We'll see, because it depends. If they're like, let's say they're 1-9, and they're like, he's 3 weeks away from returning. What is the point of playing him? What if he gets hurt again? You would just tank that year. So if you get Derek Carr there for a year, he revitalizes that team and his career. You got all that money. Who knows what happens? Then he's on a different team next year. But I think he just went to the Saints to die, man. Because even Michael Thomas, man, he doesn't play that much. They have Chris Olave over there. He's good, but he gets nitpick injuries a lot. So I just don't know. Michael Thomas gets hurt a lot. We don't know if Alvin Kamara is going to even be there. He's under litigation. So there's just more question marks. You go to a team with all these questions and no money. So I just don't get it, man. I really don't. But looking over here, the Broncos got a god. TJ Edwards. See, the Bears are working on defense. So that's 3 defensive players that they just picked up that I know of. Decent players, guys. There's a lot of moves going on today. Chiefs signed a right tackle. Mike White. Let's see. Oh, wow. So the Dolphins signed Mike White from the Jets. So Mike White is the backup quarterback for Tua. And I understand Mike White doing this. He understands that Tua gets hurt a lot. So Mike White actually signed a really smart contract. 2 years, 16 mil. That's very good for a backup. And he's going to see that field, guys. Because let's face it, Tua gets hurt all the time. Mike White might revitalize his career in Miami. You heard it here first. If Tua gets 1 concussion within the first 4 weeks, Mike White is the quarterback the rest of the year. Because that would mean Tua has his 3rd or 4th concussion. They can't risk that anymore. So let's keep an eye on that, guys. Let's see here. Connor McGovern, that's a good signing for the Bills. But they need a running back. McMillan's decent. Let's see. Jonathan Jones, they re-signed him. Alright, so John Hargrave. Whoa, they stole him from Philly, guys. So, yeah, San Fran stole him from Philly. They're like, wow, we don't want him doing what he did to us last year. We want him on our side. That only makes their D-line stronger and better, guys. Watch out for the 49ers. They've kept their whole team, guys. Let's see what Trey Lance does because he's going to have the first start. So let's see what he does. Maybe he just is able to win that team back because the other guy ain't coming back for at least half of the year. So if he stinks it up, he might as well kiss that job goodbye, guys. But if he plays well, I don't know. That changes everything. Now we have Mike McGlinchey. Oh, wow. The Broncos stole him from the Niners, guys. So the Broncos are working on their O-line. Look at this. They got a backup QB. They got the right guard. And then now they got this guy, what position was this? They got the guard, and who's the other guy? McGlinchey, the right tackle. So they're building their line, guys. The Broncos are going to be a different team, guys. The way they run their whole entire organization is different. It's not going to be like last year. I told you, last year was an anomaly. It was not something that you should be riding your betting on, basically. All right, so let's see. Calais Campbell released by Baltimore. So take an eye out. Picture where this guy can go. If this guy goes to a contender, that's going to help somebody. So Baltimore seems to be making some bad moves. If I were Lamar, I would just leave because they're not paying you, but it's not really up to him. It's up to the other teams. The other teams have to decide if they want to trade, pay him fully guaranteed money, and give up 2 first-round picks. So the only team that would make sense for, and he would have to want to go there too. The only team that makes sense for would be, let's see who. It would probably be the Falcons because they stink and they have nothing going for them. The Texans, but he wouldn't ever want to go there. He'd go to the Falcons because they have some playmakers. Kyle Pitts, Jake London, or whatever his name is. The London kid, 6'6" wideout with a 6'6" tight end. Cordell Patterson, yeah. Lamar can make some noise in Atlanta and win that division. So if that can happen, that makes sense to me. Him going to Atlanta, he can turn that whole thing around, guys. So that would make sense. Atlanta, they got a shit ton of money, so they could make it happen if they really wanted to. Get rid of Desmond Ridder. Give the Ravens Desmond Ridder. He's a first-round pick, man. You guys make it work. We'll flip-flop with you. Fuck it. Because let's face it, Desmond Ridder ain't taking the Falcons anywhere, guys. Let's face it. We saw him play last year plenty of times. He's not that guy. He's not much better than Mariota. I'd say him and Mariota are about the same. So, I mean, that would make sense. The Texans wouldn't make sense, but the Texans could make it happen if he wanted to go there. But all they have is Brandon Cooks. There's not enough to go on there. Who else would make sense? The Titans, maybe. If you keep Derrick Henry, if you can keep Derrick Henry and your team intact, all right, give up a first round this year. So just act like Lamar is your first round pick. That's what you do. It's guaranteed money. Yes, that sucks, but you give up a first round. That's basically say, all right, we use Lamar as our first round pick. That's how you got to look at it. And then you lose another first round too, yes. But if he's winning you games, and you guys, let's say you guys go to the Super Bowl, or even win it, is it worth it then? I'd have to say yeah. Commanders, the Commanders, they need a quarterback. That could make sense. If the Commanders jumped out on a limb, they got the money, that could work. I would say, who else? The Colts, right? The Panthers, they have no quarterback. They need this move. The Panthers would make sense. Basically the same team as Derek Carr. Who else? Where are the Colts at? Right there. The Colts don't have much money, though, so I don't know if they can flip that. And they're so young. I think they're trying to get that first-round pick to get one of those quarterbacks. But really, if they were smart, they would tank again this year and get one of the quarterbacks next year. Because next year, we got like 4 or 5 guys that they're saying are like Andrew Luck types. So anyone getting a quarterback this year, they're kind of rushing the process, I would say, because none of these guys are game-breaking or game-changing guys, except for that one guy from Ohio State, the Stroud guy. He's the 6'5". He's got the body, the arm strength. I think Stroud is the only one in this class that's gonna accelerate. Because that Alabama kid, he reminds me of Kyler. He's just small. He's gonna get hurt. It's just a matter of when. Small guys get hurt. We have the history on it. I just don't trust it. So the Rams wouldn't do it. So there's only 4 teams that can really vie for that Lamar, and I think the Falcons make the most sense. Patriots should do it too, but they would never. The Patriots never make splash moves anymore. Belichick just doesn't do shit like that. But Belichick is on record saying that he loves Lamar, so just keep that in mind. There's that. So, I mean, let's look at a few more transactions. We'll do this again for the rest of the week. I think the 15th is the big day. So in 2 days, we're going to be on here going over the big-time moves. Let's see here. Lindstrom, so they signed him. He's a really good guy. DN, signing bonus, added 1 void year, clearing $10 million. Yeah, they have no money. So they kept Cam. I thought Cam would end up in Denver country. Don't be surprised if he does still at some point. Shelby Harris, released by Seattle. This is a big boy, guys. I would say the Broncos should go sign this guy. This guy's a fat boy that clogs up the A-gap. Let's see. Jonnu Smith traded to Atlanta from New England for a 7th round pick. So now they have Kyle Pitts and Jonnu Smith. Bro, they need to get Lamar over there. Those 2 tight ends. What do you think Lamar will do with those tight ends, guys? Don't be surprised if Atlanta goes after Lamar Jackson, guys. Do not be surprised. Because he's so Atlanta, bro. Like he would represent that city so well. Black guy. He's got the down south accent, that play style, like Michael Vick. That would suit him so perfect. He would electric. Oh my God, that whole city would be electric. Let's face it, it would be electric. Let's see here. Look at this. Deshaun Watson converted $44 million of his salary into signing bonus, adding 1 void year, clearing $35 million. So, I mean, he just voided it. But, I mean, does that mean he doesn't get that money? No, he converted it. So, he just moved it. So, they voided a year and just, I guess, gave him more money in 1 year. So, I guess, I don't know why he would do that. I would say, nah, I want to make sure I'm on the team. So, you can guarantee that you're somewhere. Because now you voided a year. What if you have a bad year and now you can't redeem yourself the next year? You're screwed and no one signs you. So that's the only thing. Giants re-signed Sterling Shepard. Alright, they got Daron Payne. Damn, he signed a $90 million contract. Daron Payne is a beast, but that's a D lineman, guys. A $90 million contract for a D lineman, bro. That's crazy. That's literally insane. Jalen, yeah, we know about Jalen getting traded to Miami for a bag of chips. Hunter Long, this is like a backup tight end or something, right? And a 3rd round pick. So they just wanted picks. That's crazy. Unless, what's his name? Unless McVay saw something in Hunter Long. There might be something in Hunter Long on tape that he likes. Only he knows. To us, it looks stupid. To him, he's probably like, I just got to steal myself. Because Jalen, we saw him on tape. From what I showed you, Jalen didn't have a good year. He was looking terrible all year. He looked like he didn't play the position ever. All right, let's look at a few more. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Khalil Mack is still on Los Angeles, so that's good. That's good. So they kept him. And the Raiders kept Crosby, so that's good. You always want to make sure that you keep your premier pass rushers on the team. Joey Bosa converted, so all 3 of them helped the team. Let's see. Carlton and Godwin are staying. So Jensen's staying. So they're all staying. It's a shame that Brady left. I don't know why Derek Carr didn't go to the Buccaneers. You got those 3 receivers over there. That defense still, the Buccaneers to me still are a good spot. I would still want to go there if you can figure it out. I just don't get how the Buccaneers isn't still a spot for these quarterbacks. It's so quarterback friendly. Let's look at this right here. This is the one I was talking about, the DJ Moore trade. So now DJ Moore, he's now on the Chicago Bears. When they traded him for what? 2024. Yeah, 2024 first round pick and a 2025 second round pick. 2023 first round pick number 9 and a 2023 second round pick. Wow, they gave up. Oh, but they got okay, but they got the number 1 overall pick. All right, that's smart. So the Bears, look at how smart the Bears actually made up. The dumbest team in the league. So look at this, guys. So they got DJ Moore. They lose the number 1 overall pick. Okay, they lose that. But guess what? They have the number 6, or no, the number 9 overall pick, right? And they still have a second round pick that they got from them. So now they have 2 second round picks. And let's see what else. And then next year they have another, so they have 2 first rounders next year, 2 second rounders this year, and they still have a top 10 pick this year as well. And then another, so 2 second rounders next year too. So the Bears, guys, man, the Bears might be sitting really pretty. And let's think about this. If the Panthers have a shit year, the Panthers have the number 1 overall pick, so they're going to get a quarterback, most likely with that pick. But let's say they still have a shit year. They're not going to draft another quarterback again next year, are they? And the point is, they wouldn't be able to because they gave that pick up to the Bears, so the Bears potentially can get another top 10 pick next year if the Panthers stink again. So there's a lot going on, guys. But other than that, guys, we'll continue this again. If tomorrow there's something crazy, we'll report it. If not, most likely Wednesday, because Wednesday at 4 o'clock is the deadline. So we'll probably wait till that when I get back from work and make a quick video. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to